What's up, guys? Welcome to Game Week FC, third video of the week. Today we're going to be talking about our correct score predictions for each game for Game Week 1, okay? So let's get straight to it. Game number 1. Parker, what is it?
It is Liverpool-Bournemouth, Friday Night Lights.
Look at that. The champions of Europe begin the season for us at home against Bournemouth.
Don't be throwing champions of Europe in there. You're the champions of England.
Ah,
Dial it back. Dial it back.
we should have been champions of Europe, but we missed out because of a PK shootout, which was rigged, unfortunately. So, but anyways, let's get started. So, I am a big Liverpool fan. That doesn't mean that I'm hype about us this season. We've already seen in preseason so far, there's been some stumbles. Got a lot of new players on the squad, got rid of some. I think it's going to take us time to figure things out. That is why I'm hesitant to pick Liverpool in this game. The only reason I'm picking them to win is because Bournemouth has also lost a lot of pieces. I think it's not going to be straightforward, but I think Liverpool sneaks out with a 2-1 win.
So I'm going to disagree with everything you just said. I think this is an absolute thrashing. Bournemouth's whole back line got torn apart this year. I think Liverpool beat them 4-1. Not close. Garbage time goal for Bournemouth.
That's possible as well, but I'm always skeptical with my own team. All right, moving on to Aston Villa hosting Newcastle United on Saturday. You can go first.
You know, this one last year, this would have been like one of the games of the week. I still think they're two good teams, but I think both kind of get off to a slow start. I'm kind of feeling a 0-0 draw.
Wow.
No Isak. I don't know. I don't think Ollie Watkins is gonna have the same juice as he had last year, or say beginning of last year. 0-0.
Wow, that is surprising. I am going to go with a 3-1 win for Aston Villa. A lot of people think that this game is going to be a draw. But what people don't know is that Newcastle is kind of in shambles right now. The whole dilemma around Isak is just really affecting how the squad is playing right now. I believe they had a preseason game against Atletico Madrid. They lost, I believe it was 2-0 at home, and they rarely lose at home. Atletico Madrid's a good team, but Aston Villa have had a decent preseason. They've been scoring goals, which is a good sign. And I think Aston Villa will probably be. I could see Newcastle scoring first, and everyone like having a lot of hope for Newcastle. But then I just think Aston Villa takes over and scores 3. So that's my prediction. Moving on to Brighton and Fulham, I love Fulham in this spot personally. Brighton, they're a good team. They were a good team last year. They'll probably be pretty solid again this year. Fulham have been on fire this preseason. I don't think they've lost the game this preseason, or at least I know they're on a 4-game win streak in which they beat Forest. They beat I forgot which Saudi Arabian team it was, but they beat Eintracht Frankfurt 1-0 last time. So I think they get a result in this game. I think it's going to be 2-2.
I like that. I'm going for just 1 goal short of your total. I'm going to say Brighton edge them 2-1.
Don't believe in Fulham, do you?
I do, honestly, but I believe in Brighton slightly more.
All right. Next up, we got Sunderland hosting West Ham. Sunderland's first game in the Premier League since, gosh, I don't even know when. It's been a while.
It's been a few years. Um, I can start with this one. I think Sunderland start off pretty strong, honestly. I think they score first, and a late Jared Bowen goal seals a point for the Hammers. 1-1.
Okay. I like that. It's interesting. I looked at the past 5 times they've played each other. Sunderland have not won any of them. However, the last 2 times they played at home at Sunderland, the game was 2-2. So I'm going to go with that trend, and I'm going to pick Sunderland 2, West Ham 2, another 2-2 game.
All right.
So
So
fascinating.
we've both gone for a draw.
Yes. Okay, next up we got Tottenham hosting Burnley. No, I just got done watching Spurs just collapse in the.
They've bottled it.
They've bottled the Super Cup game against PSG. Doesn't give me confidence about Spurs.
Spurs fans, close your ears, close your eyes. Travis is about to pick Burnley.
Guys, I'm not going to pick Burnley straight up, but I think this is going to be a 0-0 game.
I have a little bit more faith in Tottenham. I think they run out to a 3-0 lead 30 minutes in and then let Burnley back into the game. And it's a nail biting finish, but they edge it 3-2.
Jeez. Jeez, I don't know. I don't know about that one. That's. I feel like this is going to be a low-scoring game personally, but I mean, I don't know. Could be a fun match as well. Next up, we got Wolverhampton Wanderers hosting Manchester City. I think we probably both agree on this one. You go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, this is hardly a contest. I think City win comfortably, but I don't think the scoreline will quite reflect it. A modest 2-0 game.
Okay. Yeah, I'll say, man, Manchester City have been so under the radar this preseason. I haven't heard barely any news about them, which is kind of scary. So and Wolverhampton have not had a good preseason. I think this could get ugly. I could see it being 4-1 City. I could see 4-1.
When you say you haven't heard much about City this summer, I'm assuming you're referring to after the Club World Cup.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I mean, just like they've,
Just
I feel
wanted
like
to make sure because they went on a short spending spree, got all their business done
yeah.
early.
No. Yeah. Just after that tournament ended, just like social media, haven't heard much around them. No transfer talks. No like, I don't know. It's been they've been pretty low key since then.
Well, real
Um,
quick, while we're on City, they're offloading wingers. Grealish has gone to Everton, as you know, and it looks like Savinho may be on his way to North London to join Spurs. And the latest rumor I've seen is Real Madrid's Rodrigo linked to the Citizens.
that could be game changing for sure. Um, so Sunday's game, we move on to Chelsea hosting Crystal Palace. Um, Crystal Palace kind of fresh off that Community Shield victory over Liverpool. Um, are they going to be a little hungover? Are they going to be ready to go? I don't know. Chelsea, I think, are They've had a splendid preseason, I believe. I This should be a Chelsea win. Um, I'm going to stick with that. I think Crystal Palace. I'm sure some of the players probably went and partied after the game. I know I watched like a post game talk about Oliver Glasner being like, "Yeah, we're still going to train tomorrow." Blah blah blah. I'll just give you guys the morning off. So that gives me confidence in Crystal Palace. However, I think Chelsea is just a different kind of attack. I think the score will be. I think there will be a few goals. So I'm going to go 2-1 Chelsea.
We finally agree on a score line. I had 2-1 Chelsea written down as well. I do think Palace will be a little sleepy, but I think they wake up second half, grab a goal back, and Chelsea win it. Win that London derby 2-1.
Cool, cool. Moving on to Nottingham Forest hosting Brentford. First game after their splendid season last year. Or not really last year, but finished a couple months ago. Forest, Parker, what do you think?
Not even close. Forest dog walk 'em. 3-0. Alarm bells ringing all over Brentford. Dan and Doy puts on a man of the match performance. Chris Wood bags one or two. Nottingham Forest roll.
I mean, you are all in on Dan and Doy. Gosh, I was going to be a little bit more generous to Brentford. Uh, from what I've seen in preseason so far, Forest look like they're still trying to find ways to score goals. They had a 0-0 game. Their last preseason game was against some random team from the Middle East. I don't remember what their name was. It was weird. I think Brentford are going to be a much different team than last year. They're not going to be as attacking, of course, but they're going to be a pretty solid defensive team, is what I believe. I think when you combine Forest's, still searching for ways to score goals, plus their excellent defense, and Brentford's stubborn nature and probably reliance on defense, I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. I think Forest nick it 1-0.
Fair. All right, game of the week.
Yeah. Manchester United hosting Arsenal. Arsenal coming off a... Who did they play last? They lost to...
Uh, who was
Who did
that?
they?
Athletic Club?
No, it was Villarreal. That's who it was, right?
Uh,
Or was it
uh,
Bilbao?
I think it was
No, it
Bilbao.
was... Yeah. No, it was Villarreal. They lost to Villarreal and then they beat Bilbao. That's what it was.
Ah,
There's some promising signs for Arsenal with Gyökeres getting his first goal.
what a goal it was, too.
Yeah, that was pretty nice. So a lot of people think Man U are going to upset Arsenal this game. And I mean, Manchester United, they're going to be a better team this year. It's tough to say. I wanna say draw. I want to say draw, but I gotta go Arsenal. I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say 3-2 Arsenal.
Okay. Unlike you, I've got the bottle to call a draw. It's going to be an entertaining draw.
Okay.
2-2. Um, I think United score a couple late goals to level it, and Arsenal just take their point and get out of Manchester.
All right. I don't disagree with that either. It should be a
I
fascinating
believe
game,
we got
though.
a Monday game as well, right?
We do. I just scrolled down. Not super exciting, but Leeds United hosting Everton at home. the promoted side gets to see if they can get a result against a stubborn Premier League veteran. Parker, what do you think?
Well, first of all, I disagree. I think this is a very exciting game. I hope that we get to see Jack Grealish in the Everton blue, and excited to see Leeds back in the Premier League. They are a perennial powerhouse in terms of English historical football, and I'm excited to see them. Um, and I've gone for a 2-1 Leeds win.
Interesting. He's got him winning. I a little bit disagree. I think Everton is always a stubborn side, especially when they play. Honestly, wherever they play, whether it's home or away. But I feel like last season when they played away from home, they were pretty stubborn and surprising. I think it's going to be a 1-0 game. Everton wins it. I think they just soak up the Leeds United pressure. I think Leeds are going to come out hot and wanting to make something happen. But I think Everton's defense is good enough to hold them. So I think Everton nicks it 1-0 late in the game.
Okay.
So those are our score predictions for week 1. Now we're gonna do a section of our best. We're gonna go back and start from the beginning and do our best bets for each game. Parker, what's your best bet for Liverpool Bournemouth?
So, Liverpool Bournemouth. I'm a big player prop guy, so for a lot of these, I will be giving player prop bets. A lot of hype around Liverpool's new signings, and obviously Mohamed Salah. But I'm going for a Cody Gakpo anytime goal. I've got him at plus 190 on my end. Great value. He'll probably get the start on the left. Gakpo to score.
I think we're actually on the same page with this one. I was gonna say Cody Gakpo to score or assist. I don't know what those odds are. Probably like minus 130.
It's probably still positive.
Something like that. But yeah, I'm all in on Gakpo, dude. He was their shining light in preseason. He had several goals and a few assists. So
Yeah,
I think he could be their leading scorer this season. That's something really bold to say, but
that's pretty bold.
Salah, I think Salah's going to suffer. I think we talked about it in a previous video, but I think Salah's not going to be as productive this season. I think with Frimpong on that right side, he's going to be taking up a lot of Salah's space. So I think this is going to come from the opposite side. I think Gakpo is going to take off. So
Right.
I'm glad we agree on that. Next game, let's move to Aston Villa, Newcastle. You can start again.
So obviously, I'm going to stick with my prediction, 0-0 for this game. So
Correct score?
Huh?
You're saying correct score, nil now, nil
No,
is your best bet?
no. I'm just gonna my bet's gonna be a draw. I believe it's at plus 260 on my end. So just a draw.
Okay. I'm gonna do not really similar, but Tino bet Aston Villa. I believe it's probably like minus 160, 170 probably. I think it could be a draw, but I think if there's going to be a winner, I think it's going to be Villa. But yeah, that's my pick. Brighton versus Fulham. I think you already know what my bet's going to be. Fulham double chance at minus 115 on DraftKings. That's one of my favorite bets of the week.
That's a great line, honestly.
Yeah.
For a double chance, that's a great line.
Yeah.
So this is another one that I do like player prop in. Rodrigo Munoz. ¿Cómo se dice Fulham striker.
Muniz. I mean, are you sure it's going to be Muniz or is it going to be Raul? Do you know who's going to start?
I don't care who starts. Muniz gets the goal.
Wow.
Anytime plus 210.
As a substitute? All right.
That's my
Actually, I actually have a player prop for this game as well. It's got to be Fulham. You know, my guy is Harry Wilson. This guy I'm pretty sure he was their leading goal scorer in preseason. Harry Wilson I believe his scoring odds are like plus 360, something crazy. Guys, that's a lot of value there. And then if you want to be safer and do to score or assist, I think both are valuable. I think Harry Wilson could be a guy that contributes this season a lot. Moving on to Sunderland West Ham.
Yeah, so I kind of alluded to this in my prediction with the late Jared Bowen goal. So we're gonna ride that wave. Jared Bowen gets off the mark in week 1 on the road on Tyneside.
Okay, I'm actually gonna go a little bit different. I'm gonna do Nicholas Fulkrug.
He's been,
Uh,
he bagged a couple goals this offseason, so I
he,
like that.
he did. He's actually his odds are actually better than Bowen's, I think, or maybe it's even to score a goal. So I believe it's like plus 140,
I've
which is
got on my end they're both at plus 200.
oh okay.
So
Yeah, I think both of those are valuable. You could probably put the same amount of bucks on both, and
I'll come
if
out
just
on
one of
top.
them
Yeah, yeah.
if just one of them hit like score, you still make your money. But I like both of those. Tottenham Hotspur versus Burnley, guys. I looked at this line. I thought it was really sketchy. Tottenham was like minus 300. I don't trust the Spurs, man. It's sketch. I think Burnley. If you can get Burnley at plus 2 for a good price, I think that's a good way to go. Or if you want to go on goals, I think under 3.5 could be valuable.
So my prediction was what 3-2 here or 4-2? No, 3-2.
Yeah, something crazy.
So I'm just gonna take over 3.5 goals in the game. So just complete opposite of you. So if anyone's riding me or Travis's bets here, take a side now. Settle it. We'll settle it next week. But
We've
I've got 3.5 at plus 160. Um, I think it's a decent play, and yeah,
Hey, we have agreed on several things
we,
so
we have.
far. That's probably the most dramatic difference that we've had so far. Um, Manchester City versus Wolverhampton. My bet for this game is in general City to win the game. City minus 1.5. City minus 1. That's my general bet. Parker, what do you think?
Yeah, I think the Manchester City money line and an Erling Haaland goal will get you where you need to go on this one.
Yeah. Um, I think another player prop that could be useful. I think Marmoush could get on the scoring this game. I wouldn't be surprised if he snagged a goal or two. But yeah, I think just anything with City, I think in this game is the way to go. Chelsea, Crystal Palace. I'm thinking both teams to score.
Yeah, I actually agree with you there. I like it.
Both,
If
both
you
teams
want
to
to get,
score.
yeah, mine was 2-1 Chelsea, so we both had them scoring. So
Yeah,
I like it.
both teams to score. Chelsea to win or tie.
Yeah, let me see what those odds are real quick. Just
I know
one.
Chelsea money line was like minus 180. I'd be tempted to just take that, but if you want to get maybe reduce those odds, I think
Yeah,
both
so
teams to score.
Both teams to score on my end are minus 135.
Oh, that's pretty low.
It is.
That's
So
surprising.
I might.
So they're
I will
expecting maybe
probably.
a
I will
clean
probably
sheet.
take that this weekend.
Yeah, that's actually very surprising. All right, yeah, value and both teams to score that game. Next game we got Nottingham Forest versus Brentford. My bet's probably under 2.5.
Um, I mean, I'm gonna take a Dan and Doy assist. I don't have odds in front of me for that particular bet, but you can find it anywhere. Dan and Doy assist. It'll be decent money. Dan and
Interesting.
Doy, Dan and Doy, Dan and Doy.
You are obsessed with that guy. I hope he lives up to your
I
expectations.
might have to buy his jersey by the end of the season.
Yeah, if he does well, you might have to.
I'll
But
tell you what. If he has more than, we'll say more than 15 goal contributions in the Premier League this year, I'll buy a Dan and Doy jersey for both.
I love it. I love it. All right, you said it. Not gonna forget it. All right, moving on to Man United, Arsenal. What's your best bet, Parker?
Well, if you paid attention or watched the uh, first video, I was very high on Victor Gyökeres. I said that he would battle Erling Haaland for the Golden Boot. He gets off the score sheet here, and Gyökeres is my player prop bet here. I've got him at plus 130. I think that is might be the highest odds that he'll be at all year. So take it while it's plus money.
All right, that's interesting. I think I'm not gonna be that specific on who scores the goals, but I think I'm gonna go Arsenal. Yeah, Arsenal over 1.5 goals at -110.
I like
I
that. And
think,
honestly, sorry, go ahead.
yeah, I mean, this game could be, they could win 2-0, they could tie 2-2, they could lose 3-2. I think they will score against Man United's. You really think Harry Maguire is going to be able to contain Saka and Gyökeres and whoever's on that left side, Madueke? I don't think so,
No
man.
shot. No shot. If you want to get a little frisky, throw in both teams to score and a Gyökeres goal. I
I could
think
see it.
you'll find yourself in the green or the black, I should say.
I could see it. Moving on to Leeds United versus Everton. These odds are pretty even. Um, my bet for this game is Tino bet Everton.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna stick with with what my prediction was, and that's Leeds money line. I've got them at plus 145, decent money, and I think the home crowd behind them, back in the Prem, first game of the season, Ellen Road is gonna be rocking. Leeds United win it.
Come on, Zach. Hey, they will be rocking, but you find out early in the season if this is going to be a lot harder than you think it's going to be, or if you actually got a chance. So
Very true.
personally, I think Everton's just that stubborn team that finds a way to win away from home. But you know, I'm all for the Leeds are actually favored, but I was going to say underdog, but I'm all for the promoted side to go for the win. But guys, those are our best bets, and those are our correct score predictions for this weekend. We appreciate you guys watching as always. Make sure you comment and subscribe. It'd mean the world to us. We want to hear your opinions. Tell us if we're crazy. Tell us if you have something better Would love to hear what your best bet is or your whatever correct score is. So yeah, guys, like this video, comment, subscribe. We appreciate you guys as always. And we'll see you next video.